welcome back to my channel. So today I have another foundation first impressions video for you. So yesterday I did a humongous Sephora haul. I haven't even recorded that haul yet. I don't know which video will go up first, this one or the Sephora haul. But anyways, one of the products I purchased is this. And this is the Hourglass Immaculate Liquid Powder Foundation. I don't know if this is brand new or if this is just newer, but I think it's like newer because you know at Sephora how they usually promote the newer products like on the top shelf of each little display? This one was on the top shelf, but it's not labeled as new. So anyways, it's new to me. I've never tried it before, and it really just kind of caught my eye because I was looking for a new foundation that was mattifying, and this one seemed like it would be awesome. So to give you a little bit of background on the product, it does say that it's paraben-free, oil-free, fragrance-free, a bunch of other stuff free, synthetic dye free, it's gluten-free, it's vegan, it's water-resistant. It's supposed to be like really, really good for your skin. Let's see, what else does it say? It says, miracle foundation for oily skin. This breakthrough formula absorbs oil, camouflages imperfections, and delivers a long-wearing matte velvet finish without the need for touch-ups. It's humidity-proof, water-resistant. It transforms from liquid to powder. It offers buildable medium to full coverage. Okay. So yes, I got mine in the color vanilla. This was the fairest color that they offered with a cool undertone, since I do have cool undertones. Excuse my hair, I literally just got out of the shower. I haven't blow dried my hair yet, so my hair is wet. I don't have any makeup on yet, obviously, but we're gonna change that here in a minute. So one of the most exciting things about this is I just thought that the packaging was really cool. So it's in like a glass kind of tin-ish container, and it has a pump on it, which I love when foundations have pumps. It just makes it so much easier to apply. Although it's interesting that they didn't come like pre-put together. So it is 1 ounce, and this is $55 at Sephora. This is probably the most expensive foundation I own. $55 is a lot. So if I don't like it, I will definitely be returning it. All right, so I did prep my skin with my normal moisturizer, so I used the Hope in a Jar Renewed, which is the new version of Hope in a Jar, but I've been using that for a while and I really like it. And then I used the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer as my primer. So for this, I am going to apply it with a beauty blender. They didn't tell me what is the best method to apply it, so I'm going to try it with the beauty blender because that's my favorite way to apply foundation. So foundations with a pump, I like to apply to the back of my hand. So I'm going to put, I use 3 pumps of my Lancome foundation, so I'll put 3 pumps. That does look like a lot. I probably won't use it all, but I suppose we'll see. So I'm going to apply this with the fat side of the beauty blender. I hope that this color works for me. I was debating between this one and another one, and I couldn't figure out which one like matched my skin the best, so I hope that this one works well. So here is what one layer of that looks like on my face. It definitely matches my skin very well. Let's hope it doesn't oxidize. First impressions, so I can tell you right off the bat, if you have dry skin, you will hate this foundation. I have dry cheeks, and I can see looking at my close-up mirror right here that it like slightly is clinging to the dryness in my cheeks. So if you have dry skin, I know you won't like it. The finish on it is definitely like a powdery finish. I was debating putting on a second coat, but I definitely do not think I'm going to, because this seems like the kind of foundation that if you layer it over and over, it's going to get really cakey because it leaves behind like a powder finish. I'm wondering if I even need to like set it with anything. I don't think I do, because here, let me zoom in so you can see. Okay, I'm not too sure how well the camera is going to pick it up, but if you look at like my cheek area and my nose, it leaves behind like a powder finish. So I'm not sure how well it would do like building multiple layers. It did do a very good job at like evening out my skin tone. You can't really see any redness left on my face. Luckily, I don't have any blemishes right now, but I do have redness. My under eyes, I didn't really put a whole lot of product on my under eyes, so I'm gonna go in with a concealer afterwards. I always like my MAC Pro Longwear, so I'm gonna go in with a concealer afterwards for my under eyes. So aside from my under eyes, it looks like it covered my redness very well, and it evened out my skin tone, I think, really well. So far, I think I like it. It reminds me a lot of the YSL, where is it? This one right here. It reminds me a lot of the YSL Fusion Ink Foundation. So if you have this one, just like the finish of the foundation and just like the kind of the powderiness that it leaves behind, it reminds me a lot of this so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on and do my hair, and then I'll check back in with you guys and let you know how it held up through all of that. Alright guys, so it is 4:53. It's almost 5 o'clock, so I've had the foundation on for about an hour and a half, and here's Lily. Lily wanted to say hi today. Anyways, it's looking really, really good still. It did slightly oxidize, so it turned a little bit more like pinkish, like darker, so it did oxidize a little bit, so heads up there. But the finish still looks really, really nice. None of my shine started to shine through. Here, Lily, let me put you down, honey. Oh, there we go. So my shine has not started to show through yet. Let me zoom in a little bit. So I did set it a little bit. I used my Sephora Airbrush Pro brush, powder brush. I just said brush a lot. And I applied just a little bit of the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, which is what I set everything with and I always set. But this time I just put it on my T-zone because remember I was telling you about the issue with like the cakey looking cheeks. So I didn't put anything on my cheeks other than my blush, but I did set my T-zone. And if you look, it still looks really, really good overall. Usually right here is where I start to show shine almost instantly with almost every single foundation, and I don't see any shine yet. So it is sticking true to the mattifying claim that it has on the box. It also definitely has a powder finish to it, which I actually kind of like. It's a little bit hard to work with. You have to learn how to work with it, what tool to apply. Is it a brush? Is it a sponge? What works best? But I like the powder finish. I like that no shine is coming through. It did oxidize just a teeny tiny bit, but other than that, it's looking really good. So we are actually gonna go head out to dinner, and we should be back probably by like 8 o'clock. So I will check in with you guys then. That will be 3 hours from now. So I should get a really good idea of what it looks like 3 hours later. So it is exactly 8 o'clock. So it's been just a little bit under 3 hours since I last checked in with you guys. And I have to say, overall, I actually think the foundation has gotten better. So remember that kind of powdery, kind of like weird cakey look that I was telling you about? I feel like that has kind of like melted away in a good way. Melted sounds bad, that sounds really bad, but I feel like it's just kind of blended into my skin and it just looks really good. The color hasn't oxidized any more than it did, and it wasn't bad to begin with. It's just a little bit, it's a little bit darker than it was before, but overall, the overall look is awesome. I did notice one downside. I've noticed that it's settling into my smile lines just a little bit, so if I can stop talking so you can see that, let me zoom in. So you can kind of see right there that it has settled into my smile lines just a teeny tiny bit, but that is the only place that it has settled in. It hasn't gotten shiny. If anything, it's just kind of like fused to my skin even better, and it's almost like, it's gonna sound bad when I say this, almost like melted into my skin, and it looks really, really good. So any like cakey, powdery substance that was there 3 hours ago isn't there anymore. It looks really, really awesome. So I am very, very pleasantly happy and surprised, and so far so good. I'm going to leave it on for about another 3 or 4 hours just so you can see what a full 8-hour day would look like. But I think it's gonna look good. If it keeps going down this path that it's on right now, then I think it's gonna be a really, really good foundation. Alright, so it is now 11:37 p.m. So I've had the foundation on for just a tiny bit over 8 hours now. In a normal day, I probably would wear it for like 12 hours, but here is what the finished like 8-hour look looks like. Let me zoom in for you. Okay, so that is what it looks like up close. I have not put on any powder all day. I have not blotted at all day. This is completely untouched except for earlier when I took the brush and kind of buffed out my smile lines a little bit. That's the only touching up I've done on my makeup all day long. So that, for one, is really exciting because I find that I have to blot my makeup right around the like 6 to 10 hour mark every day, just because I get super oily no matter what foundation that I wear. But this, I don't feel like I got really oily. I do see a little bit of shine like right here on my cheeks. And I didn't put highlighter on this morning, so I know it's not highlighter. But when I look at like my forehead and my nose and my chin, let me look up close a little bit. I don't see oil. I do see a tiny bit more shine than I saw when I first put it on, but it's like a healthy like glow. It doesn't look oily. The foundation doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look like it caked up anywhere. There's like a small line on my smile lines. It did slightly cake up a teeny tiny bit around my nose, just right around here, and a teeny tiny bit on my chin. I don't know if you can see it, but it's hardly noticeable. It doesn't look like it pulled up anywhere. It didn't settle into my under eye, fine lines. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with this foundation. Of course, this is my first day wearing it, and this is a first impression, so I want to make sure I like test it out for a couple more days. And then I'll probably put it either in a favorites or an unfavorites video. But just looking at it and looking how it looks on camera and looking how it looks in real life, I mean, this is a really good foundation. Anyways, that is the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you like videos like this. If you do, let me know in the comment section down below. I do have a couple more foundations that I haven't tried yet that I would like to do something very similar with, but I just want to make sure that you guys like these kinds of videos. So let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!